Hello. Okay, let me just start this recording, otherwise I might have a problem later. There we go. How is everybody doing this morning? I just want to pause all my stuff, make sure nothing is doing anything funny. Hey, good morning. It's already Thursday. Kind of insane. But yeah, time flies when you're busy. It flies when you're having fun, right? And I think I'm busy having fun. Okay, guys. Feeling a little bit better today. Maybe you can tell by my eyes that I could have slept better. Still, hopefully, if I stick to my schedule, one day I'll wake up feeling, fantastic. Today's not that day, but I feel good enough, and I have some work to get done. Right, so let's just get back to the screen. There we go. Okay, OBS can go away. Okay. So we've been fiddling with our ranger character. So let's just go to our, the Notion page, and I think I need to open the time tracker. Look at that angry chicken. Okay. So I have to do something here. Let's see. The task I'm busy with is probably still the ranger character. Yeah, so let's just kick this one off. Hopefully I don't regret the way I'm doing this one day, because the tasks are a little bit high level, a little bit generic, so it might be a problem in the future, but for now at least we are keeping track of the time, right? So I could always do this better, but at least I'm not losing all this data, especially this one. If you go look at the various projects, all the time entries, I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in the total time spent between me and my wife. So what is 2,234 minutes? They're like 40 hours? Huh? I don't know. Let's ask a calculator. 2,234 divided by 60. Yeah, 40 hours. Okay. Doesn't sound amazing, especially if you consider what we are trying to achieve here. But, I mean, for me, it's... Okay, so obviously we've spent much more than this, but this is just when we started tracking. I've easily spent 40 hours or more. And nowadays, the only real time I spend on this is in the morning hours, and then obviously in the day I will, fiddle with some things here and there, but it's not like I'm spending full on hours on this, because it's difficult to get everything all done, right? It's you still have to do all the other things. You just don't really get to this, but I want to get to this more, and I want to improve the stream, the videos, all that stuff. So hopefully I get around to it as soon as my sleep starts to figure itself out. But okay, let's have a go. Let's just play the game. Let's see what these two are doing right now, or at least let's see what the ranger is doing right now, because that's what we've been working on. I'm a little bit concerned that the it's interesting. Now, so one thing that's a bit bugging me a little bit is the way it isn't necessarily always shooting, and I'm sure it's overlapping or something. Like that's overlapping, right? But she's not shooting at all. You know what that is? Okay, let's get that fixed. Know exactly what the problem is there. So if we go into player, go into the ranger character, yes. So we have this. Wait. Oh, that's the arrow spawn point. So we have the attack trigger zone, right? It is some size. You can see it's scaled. Oh, let's just make it a nice 12. But it's got the attack trigger. So some of the scaling isn't working, it would seem, the way I thought it would. Oopsie. So let's see. Now, I would assume this check sphere, right? So the sphere that we cast at the position of that point, 1F, would mean it's the same size. So 1F, it's not the actual size of the sphere, it's the scale, right? Is that the right way to think about it? So my sphere, or this mesh that I have here, let's see, maybe there's something about its size that I'm missing. I don't think so. Okay, but anyway. So this thing is 12, 12, 12. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the scale of 2 that's messing us up. Let's see what happens when I change that scale. So if I change the scale of the ranger character, it also changes the perceived size of the sphere. Okay. Then the sphere itself has a scale. And I'm just thinking maybe this code doesn't take into consideration the scaling from the ranger, but only from this. Let's go make it 2 as well. So we just make this a 2F. Okay. And it's compiling, doing its thing, and let's see what this does, how this changes. You'll have to excuse me, I need to get this coffee in my body. ASAP. Okay, let's check out if this changes the behavior. Okay. So at what point? That's still. Okay, that's still clearly not the right size. Let's just see. Let's go to scene view. Yeah, I never know how to visualize. Okay, let's make this. Oop. Okay, I'm just gonna go out of debug. Make this 6, right? Okay, and now let's go back to game. Let's see. Oh no. Okay. Look at the arrows, they're rolling. That's interesting. I didn't think that would happen. Okay, so something is not working the way I wanted. So this is 12, this is 2. So maybe it's only considering the 2 and not the 12. It really doesn't make any sense to me, but let's make this 6. No, you see now, this is not what I wanted. You see over here I had to change the overlap sphere size. This is the attack trigger. Okay, let's ask Google. Not you, Google, not this Google, the other Google. Okay, in your script. So let's see quickly here. So they tell me that in my script I need to do a onDraw gizmos function where you're using the check sphere. It doesn't seem like what I want, but it's kind of what I want. Let's just do this. onDraw gizmos. Okay, and let's just make it this now. I suppose this can give me an idea of how the scaling works, right? Because if this thing's actually drawn the same way that this check sphere is, I should see if the scaling is doing what I think it should be doing, right? Let's see. Okay. That sphere is exactly the size I want it to be. Interesting. So so this thing's scale is not affecting it. This thing's scale is. Interesting. Okay, so the ranger character scale does affect it. But the scale of our little sphere here doesn't do anything. Now you can see obviously the gizmo for the knight is way too big, so let's play this. So obviously the knight is going to be a little bit broken. Okay, let's draw the gizmos. Oh, now I can see the ray casts. Woo! For the mouse. Yeah. So that's not right. Okay. So this is obviously broken. So scaling it in this way is not a good idea. So let's go back to the attack trigger script. Let's make it 1F again, because then it should be consistent with the scale of its parents. Okay, make both of them 1F. So I think I wasn't noticing it with the chicken, because the chicken obviously, it's not doing exactly the same thing. So this is 100% visual. That's interesting. So now it didn't actually change the size of the check sphere. Same with the ranger. It seems like it is. So I need to make a check sphere. Is this thing not centered? That's so big. Seems like it is. Okay. Okay, let's test the ranger quickly. I just want to see if that little ball there is really the Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. Okay. Okay, so what's the easiest thing to change here? I think I just need to make 2 attack triggers, one for the chicken knight and one for the ranger. Right. Where am I now? Oh yeah, this this is it. Yeah. Yeah. This is not a singleton or anything, so there will be multiple little things. Actually, now that I think about it, I think this little enemy guy. Oh, please just take this away. Thank you. My enemy has also got attack trigger zone. Did I connect this? Nice, yeah, I had a different idea with this one. So I just have a simple melee attack, and I have the trigger zone attached to that. So if you have this one, the simple melee attack is doing all kinds of things, but it is its own script. And if I had to draw a gizmo, in this case, let's also draw it, you know, somewhere here. No, that was wrong. I should draw this gizmo. Okay, let's see. Where did I draw my check sphere? Oh, this is the wrong script. Attack trigger zone dot position. Yeah. Oopsie. Oh my greatness, can I really suckle this much? Okay. Let's try this. Let's just see. Okay. They might be attacking a little bit prematurely in this case. Very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so what I think I should do is I should maybe make a... So, okay, so I should definitely split these scripts because I'm not gonna build in some kind of logic for it to check which character it is attached to. I'll just have different scripts for the different characters, and that might make it better because they might have different functionality in the future with the way this attack is triggered. So you know what, it might be better just to bite the bullet and make different scripts now. Okay, so in my scripts, okay, so the knight character and the ranger character obviously don't have their own attack triggers, but the player does, right? Yeah. So let's go and just control D. I'm just going to make 2 of these. Okay. Going to rename this one. Attack trigger. Oh, that's just knight. Attack trigger. Yeah, one of my biggest problems is just keeping, because I was now tempted to rename this to knight character attack trigger, but that seems excessive. Ranger attack trigger. Okay, let's see. Knight attack trigger and ranger attack trigger, right? Okay. So this would be 9 references and 7 files. I don't necessarily want to change this in 7 files, right? Rename this is my knight attack trigger, so knight attack trigger. And this is the ranger attack trigger. Okay, so I changed the script. Let's save. Okay, so it's now a different class, so it's now its own thing, 100%. Okay, so the other thing you want to do, okay, so all of this stuff can stay the same for now. Let's put in a serialized field, and we'll call it the attack trigger sphere. There's some H missing there. Sphere size. This should be a float. This should be a private private float for now, right? Maybe I want to change this in the future. Okay, but this is just equal to 1F, I think, by default. Okay, and then attack trigger sphere size. We take this and we put it in the attack trigger size, sphere size, into the check sphere. We also put it in here, and I guess in here as well, right? All of these need to be the same thing. Okay, and then this, exactly the same thing, needs to be part of our ranger. And then we substitute all of these. Okay. And I should really do this with the enemy. Whoa. What just happened? Okay, so my simple enemy should also have an attack trigger sphere size. Okay, and attack trigger sphere size, we then go and we substitute it there, there, and there. Save. That's saved, that's saved, that's saved. Control Shift save. Just make sure everything is shaved. Okay. So now, if I go to my ranger, I need to attach this attack trigger zone. This needs to change. I want this to be the ranger attack trigger. Is there a way to... No, I guess we're just adding a new thing, ranger attack trigger, and then we say remove this component. Okay, and for the ranger this should be 6. Nice. Okay, then we go to attack trigger zone for the knight. We say knight attack trigger, and we can remove this one. Okay, let's make this like a 2. No, a 4. Okay, so I see also this is a sphere radius. Okay, this one's kind of interesting, right? So this is now... Oh, no, it's not quite a radius. It's because the scaling. So this is a perfect 2 scale, so 6 times 6 times 2 gives me the attack trigger zone No, but then again, why did this not work? Why does... Are you telling me now? Yeah, no, it's... Okay, yeah, but that scale does affect this, right? So, yeah, okay. So, in other words, this thing's not quite 4. It's 1.7 times 4. So, 1.7 times 4, that's like 6.8. So, if I make this... That's 3.4 over 2, basically. Oh, 1.7. Go figure. Then it works out. So now these are all the size that they're meant to be. Okay, fantastic. Let's fix you, little guy. Okay, so this sphere should be quite small. 0. Yeah, it's not perfect, right? But that's fine. That one can be that size. Okay, let's play this and see now if they all do the correct things, right? So let's just start with the Ranger. Okay, I'm not sure why there's a null reference exception. Oh, wait a minute, I know. Yeah, so a lot of things were referring to the attack trigger. Okay, so we still have a couple of things to fix here. Okay, so my normal attack trigger was invoking a event. So let's just start with the Ranger, for instance. Okay, so event on attack trigger. So it's still the same event, but this might also be a problem if we have two things. So let's change this to on Ranger attack trigger, and we can change this one to on Knight attack trigger. Okay. And I should have, you know what I should have done? I should have, well, let's just see. 2 references in one file. Yeah, that's fine. Knight. I don't really like it when it tells me we're gonna change 7 different files. Okay, but I think it's just this one actually. Yeah. Okay, so those are the events. Nothing here does, yeah. That's fine. So the 2 events are now updated there. So if I go to my player manager, okay, on attack trigger event args. Okay, so this is its own event that the player has, but it's connecting at some point. Yeah, so what I should actually be doing now is I should be creating a way to select the different characters. So what I'll do, so since I'm here, what I need is something like this. So we need the Ranger stats as well. Okay. Ranger stats, for instance. And then I need, I think it's a struct. You select it. Let's go look at my state machine, right? So I need something like this, enum. So a public enum, and I'm not sure why this should be public, but anyway, public enum. So I called it a state enum, but here I want to call it selected character, because that makes sense to me. So it can either be the knight or the ranger in this case. Okay, knight or ranger, so that's fine. Okay, then pretty much I want a certain logic to happen in certain cases, I say. Right, so I need like some kind of a if statement. I guess I could do it if you look at it, my animation player. I have this switch statement. I guess I could do it that way, but you know, for now, where the hell am I? Player events. I could just be doing, okay, let's just see instances, this, attack, okay, so all this doesn't change. This also is the same, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if we go to the state machine, we notice that we need these. Yeah, okay. So here at the top somewhere, I need to do a selected character. Is that the way I did this? Yes, like it. Yeah. Private state, yeah, so I need to make a private selected character. Selected character. Selected character. Okay, and then from here, what I can do is I can make the set and get functions, right? So yeah, let's jump something like this. Two public functions that we can access the player manager in. Yeah. So we call this selected character, and this is a selected character. Let's just call it a new character. Oopsie. Okay, and we just set our selected character to the new character. And should we do something? Perhaps I'm just gonna take this and whoops, the shift, no, control. Okay, just gonna do that for now. And then this one would be, and it's not set state, it's set selected character. So this is obviously this is one of those things where you might ask yourself, why not just make this public? And honestly, I'm not too sure. I think people that are smarter than me could maybe tell you that answer, but for me it's, yeah, I don't know, it's a little bit of a strange one. Okay, wait, this shouldn't be state selected. Yeah, this is a strange one for me, right? Because I'm not always too clued up. I guess the quick and dirty way would just be to go and make it public, and then you can just change this all the time. Especially because your player is an instance. Public get private set. So I guess the get. Yeah, who knows. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. This will work. Made my own thing. Okay, so these also I need to change at some point. I also need to include this, I suppose. The stats. Not going to worry about that right now. Okay, and it also has an event that it sends for the attack trigger because it has its own logic, which probably I can build into some other place. This attack trigger event thing. Wait, is this happening? No, this is me connecting it. Yes, I still need to do this part. Okay, this is interesting. So connect trigger zone, this is run, so currently it's just looking for whatever is active, but I should have if statements here. I should do something like if selected character equals selected character dot night. Oh yeah, equals, sorry. And then else if the selected character equals selected character dot ranger. Okay, we do some other thing, right? Okay, I guess what we'll do is this. We get component, and we'll call this knight attack trigger, and this one ranger attack trigger. And I guess on attack trigger is now knight on attack trigger. But on night. Okay. So on knight and on ranger attack trigger. Okay, let's save it there. Now I think what we should do now as well is in Unity when we have our menu. So in our canvas, we obviously had the character select menu and button. Oh no, it's in the menu, yeah, sorry, it's in the menu. And then we have the knight, select chicken knight button, select Robin Ranger button, okay. So this chicken knight button, obviously it calls the function connect trigger zone, but maybe it should call the function something not updated? What's happening here? So there's that. So basically what I want is I want this set selected character to be a option here. But this button doesn't seem to like that one. Not game object. It will be the player manager. Google. Why can't I see? Jeez. Let's see. Why can't I see a function? Or on click Unity. Let's just do that one. I'm pretty sure I did that. So let's see. This is. See if the Robin has the same problem. Play manager. I don't have any errors here, hey? No. Set selected character, get selected character. So I can't even set the selected character, which is this thing. Let's just do a public test. Void. Test. Save it doesn't do anything. Okay, but it's now there. Okay, this thing is recompiling, and if I go to the Chickenite button and I tell it, you know, to look for player manager, I need a function test. Okay, so that works somehow. Now what if I test, but I need a input? And the input needs to be a selected character. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so what if I made this a string? So if it just requires some kind of a string instead, is it fine with that? test string. Well, okay. So maybe it's the case that I can't call a function which has some kind of a complicated input requirement, right? So it can do like integer, string, probably bools, whatever, but not some enum, right, that I create. That is interesting. So I guess I could have a script on the button itself that's connected to. Yeah, I could do that if I want to keep the enum thing going. So what I might do is I do a script here and I tell it to this is the select chicken. Oh, you know, select chicken night button. Okay. So this is obviously just dumped somewhere, I presume. Okay, but now there's a select chicken night button script, and in this script I can have a function select public void public void button press. Okay, and then here what I can do is I can do player manager dot instance dot set selected character, and what I do here is a selected what is the enum again? Selected character. Where am I now? Selected play manager select character dot night. Okay, so we don't actually take an input, but this button press function is only available to the select chicken night button. Okay, we save it, and I guess I could do this for a lot of things. We need a semicolon. I can do a lot of this logic, all of these events, on click stuff. I could easily do it from here, but I don't have to. Okay, so now instead of this, we want this, I suppose, and then we have a select chicken night button. What is this? Just like all the stuff that we could do now. Select chicken night button, and there should be a button press function. Select chicken night button dot button press does the thing we want. Okay, and now we just go to the Robin, and we add a component, and this would be the select, not chicken, this would be the Robin Ranger. I have no idea if what I'm doing is considered, like, is this a good idea, or is this a way, should I just be making a million different scripts all the time? Because at some point I have a feeling that I'm probably gonna, you know, should I do this, or should I rather have, like, I don't know, one script where I can check which button was pressed or something like that. It's probably not a bad idea now that I think about it. I could do something like what I did with the animator. Right, so if you look at any of the animators, because they are also using strings, I just set these constant strings, right? Yeah, so I just set these constants, and then I don't use, you know, any of this. I check then, when I check that, obviously, or when I set anything or change anything, I use the constants. So it's impossible to, maybe it's not impossible, but it's at least better. And I'm thinking about it, maybe I should do that instead. So just a select character button function, or maybe even just in the player manager, we can have the selected character, or the set selected character, not take a new character, but rather just a string, and then we compare it to a set of constants instead. That would simplify things a little bit, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change it to that, because I want one centralized place where I can add things. I don't want to add new scripts when I want to add new characters, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna remove this from here and remove it from here. Yeah. Yeah, because for each button I add, yeah, no, I almost just had a little bit of a heart attack. It looked like I was still streaming the countdown timer on YouTube for some reason, but it's fine. Let's actually just do a quick check. Okay. Okay, check complete. Okay, so I'm removing this script that I just created. I don't want this anymore. I've decided this is a bad idea. Let's remove that. Yeah, it's fine, delete. Okay, so cool. Okay, so I don't want this. We want this to be a string. So it can accept a string. Capital string. And then we can check. So here what I can do is I can set up, let's just set it up right here. And we're literally just gonna do this, right? Bunch of constant strings. I'm just gonna copy this because I'm a bit lazy to type. But these are not gonna be, let's call it the night. And we'll call it the ranger. Yeah, I should probably call this chicken night, and the robin ranger. And the strings associated with these can be something like just chicken night, and the robin ranger. Okay, so those are the two constants. Now what I can do is in my set function, instead of just doing that, I can be I can be like, well, I guess we could do switch statements, right? Is that how I did it here? Not quite, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we do a switch. We do it with the new character. Okay, switch new character. Why is this thing? Apparently I don't know how to set up a switch. Okay, switch your state. Okay, that's fine. They want this, and then I want this. Okay. Yeah, I really don't remember. So case. Okay. So case. Case. Chicken night. Okay, what we want to do is we basically want selected character to be equal to selected character night. Okay, we don't want to break here yet. Okay, so then we also want a case for robin ranger, and this should be ranger. Now we break. Wait, do we break after each? Yeah, apparently we do. Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense, because if it gets here and this is fine, we exit out. Okay, so this makes sense. So we get a new character string. If it matches chicken night, we do this. If it matches robin ranger, we do this. So now I need to use the strings exactly like they are specified here. I can't just make up my own nonsense when I invoke this function with the button. But I can now at least do it in the buttons themselves. Okay, so chicken night button, we can now again add the player in here, and we can find the player manager, and we can do set selected character because it takes a string, and this button is the chicken night button, so the string should be chicken night. Okay, and then we do this one, and we do the player manager set selected character, and this is the Robin Ranger. Okay, now I should be able to at least select which character. Okay, I should be able to select the character, and basically what this does is it changes the state here, and now the connect trigger zone I need to call that, I guess, just after I've selected a character. Yeah, actually. What am I doing? Connect. Come on. Connect trigger zone. Yeah, just call that function. So we set the character, we connect the trigger zone, and then it checks. Okay, did I select the knight? Yes. Do a knight thing. Is the range just selected? Do the ranges thing. I should also check, how do I on attack trigger? This is this one. So this is a also need to disconnect these, right? And I think that's not so bad. To disconnect event Unity. I think it listeners, yeah, just listeners. I think, no, this is a C# event. Now, so this event is connected to this thing. Let's see something. If I just do this, but I say minus, so it'll go to this thing and remove the event. And if I go to this one, it'll just remove the listener, right? Let's play this, because it might break because it's not connected in the first place when we start, right? Okay, select the ranger. Okay, pause. There's a problem. Ah, yeah. Thought so. So yeah, this thing doesn't exist. We've deactivated it. So both of these, that doesn't work. Let's take a sip of water. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, let's just switch off the gizmos. Let's see. I must say I enjoy the fact that all my errors are just lying on the floor. Okay, select character. If we go back to the chicken now. Okay, we get a null reference exception, but let's just check. Okay, it wants to attack. Okay. This is probably, let's see, what is this? Warrior Animation Events Night. Okay. Oh. Yes, that's right, because it's... okay, so this must be attack trigger zone. Night. Right. Okay, wait, let's see. So in my night character, there's the attack trigger zone, and it's got the night attack trigger. Okay, and then in this guy, has the attack trigger zone here. So I think it should just be the night attack trigger. Wait, where's this thing now? What's the problem? Okay, my attack trigger is an attack trigger, so this should also be a night attack trigger, right? So we're trying to get the night attack trigger. Okay. Okay, so this should work now. Let's just try it again. So we go, let's try the night from the get-go. Okay, it's already throwing me some kind of a if null reference. No idea what this one is. Some graph, but okay, let's go hit this guy. Okay, it's not liking that. Night attack trigger. Okay, let's see. Get component enemy take damage dot apply hit. This is now a problem with the punching bag. I guess. Yeah, the punching bag's broken. Okay, that's fine. It's just the punching bag. Okay. Go back to this guy. We can shoot. Okay, go back to the chicken. Yeah, it's not working anymore. Yeah, so we still have this problem when we're switching back and forth multiple times. They break. Neither one of them is now doing anything about that. About the attack, right? They're not triggering the attacks anymore. But I think I will accept this for now. Okay, maybe we should fix the punching bag. It needs a player take damage. No. It needs the one the enemy has. Enemy take damage scripture. So let's just remove this one. Remove, and we add enemy take damage. Okay, and if I play now and I play with the chicken, I should be able to damage. Still not. Oh, I didn't take. Okay. Now it's a damage number problem. Yeah, because if you look at the enemy, the take damage script needs a couple of things. It needs the damage number mesh, and I didn't drag that in for the punching bag. I also can't even remember where the hell that is. Let's just check quickly. Oh, it's in my prefab pop-ups. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Punching bag. Here is your prefab pop-up. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to test it again. I think that was the only problem. And this is also something... I don't understand this one at all. Unity graphs, edge, wake up, something about... Wonder what will happen if I just plug this into Google. Yeah, this sounds right. I don't even know where this error is coming from. Still no clue what's going on. I'm having an error. A bug report? Seriously? That's really a bug? Okay, it seems like it's just you can restart and it will be fine. Let's ban this thing again. Okay. No, I've done a bunch of things that... Okay, so first of all, connecting these listeners doesn't work so nice. Since we switched them on and off. Okay, it works at least a little bit, but it doesn't work a lot. Yeah, and since these are disabled at the start, we do need this, right? So we do need to connect them, the trigger zones like this, I think. It is also entirely possible that all of this logic can be done somewhere else entirely, like in the attack trigger for the knight and the ranges separately. This doesn't have to happen here. And in that case, there's something we can do. Something like this, but we're not connecting to the trigger zones, we're just checking the trigger state in each, and it will work, yeah, because it's not an event that we need to check. Yeah. So we're already doing this funny thing here where we are switching we can easily move this actually. I wonder if I should. Maybe I should, right? Because it's a bug. It's something that's bothering me now. Yeah, so we do an attack trigger. Yeah, we do something like this. By a private bool attack trigger. So for instance, we just do this here. Private bool attack trigger at the start, we say attack trigger false. Right, that's what I did here. Attack trigger start, attack trigger false, and then I have some kind of a function where I flip between them. Right, and I call this function something like so. This is just an update. Change. Oh, let's just call it flip attack trigger. Right, the flip attack trigger function. Okay, we don't have that. We can leave this for now. So the flip attack trigger function is called instead of us invoking this. Right, because this event, you know what, let's just leave that here, but then we say flip attack. That's not even flip attack trigger. Yeah. Flip attack trigger. We call the flip attack trigger function, and it changes whether or not the attack trigger is true or false, right? And now, for instance, what I could do, so all of this flipping stuff is happening here, so this thing is now really not necessary, and I don't need to connect the trigger zones at all. So let's just, we still need to know which one we selected, but we don't have to connect trigger zones. And then in this thing, we can check the night attack trigger. So we can do something like this. Something like this, I would say. So if somebody wants to know what our current status is for attack triggers, we can do this, and we can say, okay, cool, if, so we just get rid of all this stuff. Okay. So let's think about this. We need to get component, actually. So if we say get component in children of type night attack trigger, and then we just say we need a function that says get attack trigger, and this is a public bool get attack trigger, and it simply returns attack trigger. Okay, and then in this thing we just go get attack trigger, and we actually just return this straight here. Okay, false. Yeah, and then we do the same thing for the ranger. Okay, now the ranger doesn't have this yet, but let's fix that quickly. So we want all of this stuff for the ranger as well. Yeah, this is a lot of code duplication, right? Yeah, so the night attack trigger now has this thing. We can have the night attack trigger. Well, yeah, okay, I'll just here somewhere we have the attack trigger, and at the start we set attack trigger not true, false. Okay, we set it to false, and then here we can do that thing, but actually what we want to do is flip attack trigger. Okay, so each of these is doing its own thing now. They are doing the flipping that's required. No problem. Now, probably there's a way to do this which doesn't require as much code duplication, but you know what? I'm not that good a software engineer. If I'm a software engineer at all. So for me, this seems fine. Okay. So if I save this and I go into Player Manager, it now doesn't have any issues anymore. So if we want, because the thing is, other things reference this, right? Okay, I see. Our state machine is asking this question, right? So all of this stuff can be held into the attack triggers themselves, and then if ever required, we can just ask here, right? So we're never connecting the trigger zone. We are changing this, however, and based on which one of the two characters are selected, it will do this. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see if this works. You should restart something, yeah, because it seems like it's upset. Okay, select the Robin. There's some interesting things happening here. Okay, the Robin works, and then if we go select character Chicken Knight, okay, for some reason it wants to attack immediately, but attack, ugh, this thing is still not working, but that's fine, it's just something to attack. Okay, select the Ranger again, and it works. Fantastic. So I fixed it, and now all of that logic is in the attack trigger instead, and potentially, right, if we look at these attack trigger zones, you could make the argument you could definitely make the argument that I could have just used the same attack trigger and then just make the size different, right? Okay, but no, geez, that's so good. That's so much better. Because would they have any different type of functionality in the future? Potentially. You know what? When the future comes, I will still be able to make this one script again. So you know what, I'm just not going to worry about it right now. I could always do it in the future. I will still have the skill set required, right? Yes. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Let's see. Whew. I need my second coffee, guys. Okay, let's see if I can get the arrows to go somewhere. So this might be a bit of a problem because, okay, we can open the arrow, right, and okay, here's our arrow prefab. Now, there's a couple of ways I can get movement to work, right? I could either just give it like some kind of a velocity initially or something like that, and it will move and it'll decelerate or whatever over time with some drag or something like that. Or I could move it using the transform. So you can do a couple of things, right? You can just change the position straight, right? Transform dot position, or you can add velocity and stuff because it's a rigid body. Okay. The question is, Okay, let's add a component to this thing and we'll call it the arrow projectile movement script. Okay, so we have an arrow projectile movement script. Why is this thing so annoying? What? Oh, this is still that damn thing. 8 errors. Okay, wait. Wait, are all these just the same? Okay, now that's the enemies and attack thing. Okay, clear. Anyway, so the arrow projectile movement script, let's open it. So during update, we want to do something, but I think there's a couple of things we want to do here. So the first thing is maybe we have a let's just call it private ball for now, and we can just call this has been shot, something like that, and we'll just call this false for now. Okay, so we start with the arrow starts and it asks, has it been shot? And then, yeah, we can just do something like if has been shot. We can do transform dot position I think it's just plus equal. Let's just see, I can't remember. Let's go to player movement. So here what I do is some velocity vector, which is just some vector, and time delta time. Okay, that is fine. So we just do new vector 3, and I think it's just going to be 0, 0, 1, let's say, multiplied by time, not the delta time. Okay, now, so if has been shot, transform dot position, new. Okay, so we're just moving. Now I'm not sure. This is going to move it in the Z direction every time, so we need to point it. Oh yeah, additional. Okay, but let's see. Okay, and then we can do a void shoot. Nah, but this is just a not a void. Public void shoot arrow. Oh my greatness, function. And all we do here is we take has been shot and we set it to true. So as soon as has been shot's true, this will happen, right? And then later we can do something else with it. Has been shot or is flying or something like that. Maybe we change this and we say is flying. The arrow is flying. I don't know, right? This is whatever. Okay, so now at least it should move in the Z direction as soon as something happens at a velocity of 1 per delta time. That might be incredibly fast. I've actually no idea. You know, let's just make this 0.1. F. 0.1. Whoa, yes. Is it 0.1 F? Yeah, okay. Okay, so arrow projectile movement. So as soon as this thing sees that it's been shot, what is this? That's so annoying. Okay, but now the only thing is we need the new projectile that spawns every time to know when it's been shot. Right. So let's see. So in my arrow spawn point, where did we do this? Projectiles. Okay. So let's go to the arrow spawner, and we instantiate the spawned arrow. Okay, that's fine. And should I not be able to just do something like this? Spawned arrow dot I can't remember what the flippin' shoot arrow. So apparently that's not the way you do this. Okay, so let's ask. Whoops, okay, let's ask here. How to call function on object that was just spawned. Okay, let's see, this is interesting. So they're saying something like var script. I suppose it doesn't really matter. In instance equals spawned arrow dot get get component. Let's get component of arrow projectile movement, and then rip instance dot shoot arrow. Apparently this works. So you take your spawned arrow, you get a component from that spawned arrow, and you just then call the function, right? I will take their word for it. Some guy in the Unity forums. Let's see. Let's see what this does. There's probably so many. Need to restart my Unity. No, okay. Okay, that's just the dumb one, so this is fine. Okay. They are moving. Okay. Wait, why is this guy struggling to hit me? Okay, this is cool. So they're moving. They're just moving very slowly. Okay, let's go and change this movement to 1, right? So that should make it 10 times faster. And let's see just what that does, right? Because I just want to see. It's probably just all going to move in the Z direction, I suppose. It's just straight up in this case. That's fine. Okay, let's just get to the... Where's this guy? Oh, there we go. Look at my arrows go. So they pointed in the right direction. They're just moving in the wrong direction. That's fantastic. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so they fall very quickly, obviously, but that's fine. That's what it is. Okay, so one of the things I have to get the the direction. So that's got something to do. Yeah, this is how I do it here. Yes, I can't even. So we check if it's targeting, look direction. I think it's this rotation thing. Or this look direction. Yeah, because we calculate a velocity x and y. The velocity x and y is based on my movement direction. Movement direction, we figure that out based on the input, I guess, right? Yeah, move directions, input vector x, input vector y. So we want the arrows look direction. I think that's it, right? So if I just go and I go to my arrow movement and I just for some reason print here while it's flying, I just go debug.log look. Anyway, how do you find the look direction again? There is a way of doing this that's not stupid. I know. Is it transform? It's like dot forward or something. Transform dot forward, yeah. The angle is transform dot forward. So let's just see. So transform dot forward. Okay, so that's transform dot forward. What if we actually just said Okay, let's see what that prints. I have no idea. I can't remember any of this movement stuff. Just give it a try. Okay, so select the Robin. Oh yeah, it's not. Okay, so that gives me an X, Y. These are now. Okay, wait. Wait. I just want to know the forward direction. Oh, jeez. Let's do it once. So when shoot arrow is called, I guess. Oh, what did I do now? Control X, Control V. Right, yeah. So when shoot arrow is called, we check the direction. Yeah, that makes more sense because this thing was just spamming me now. Okay, Unity, let's go. Don't want to get spammed. Doesn't help at all. Okay, select the ranger again and shoot. Okay. So that gives me the vector I might be looking for. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I know what to do now. So we're actually just gonna go transform.forward. Let's multiply this by like 100, which is going to be the projectile speed eventually, but for now, I just want to see this happening. Yeah, so gravity is currently a thing. Let's see if we can fix that as well. Why not? So if we look at the arrow projectile, okay, let's just open this. The rigid body. Okay, so freeze rotation maybe that could help a little bit. So gravity does affect it. I'm not sure if I should it affect it, maybe not. The mass, the drag. Oh, it resists. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so it should be affected by gravity, but not that much. So it should fall over time, but it's currently maybe falling too quickly. Okay, but anyway, let's just see. It actually was hit. Okay, let's just see what's happening here. Yes, is there a way to play this in slow motion? Because I kind of like the speed. So let's see. How to make Unity slow mo for testing. Is there a debug thing to do this? Yeah. time scale. So I already have this in the game. Where did I do this? So I have this game manager. So let's just open this, and we have the time scale. So what we can do actually is we can just make this a serialized field, and we can call it private time, and then this is a float. Time scale. Okay. And I guess and we toggle pause. See, time scale equals time scale, and then here we just do time scale equals 0f and unpause time scale equals 1f, right? But then I should also be able to play with this in the editor, right? I could just do this. Okay, let's see. Play. Okay, select the ranger. Okay, let's go game manager, timescale 0.2. Okay, now everything is slow, so maybe I can see what the hell I'm doing. That's interesting. Why is it ending up there? It's flying from the right point. So this might be something to do with my animations. Okay, but that looks pretty good. So there's an animation problem. I see. So that would be Ranger character, Robin Ranger. Okay, so let's just go here, open. No, not open that one. Open this one. Open this thing for me. Just go here. Okay, let's see if we do the animation. Okay, we want to do the fire straight, I guess. That doesn't look so lekker. Okay, aim straight. Aim straight for me. Okay, so it's obviously not great. But it's not that bad. I mean, move it up a little bit like that. And maybe rotate it a little bit again. Something like this. And then, you know, we probably need to move it again. Move it a bit over. Okay, now let's just do that. Let's play. And so Robin Ranger. No, that looks so weird. Something's not so lucky there. No. I want to play. I just wanted to make it slower. Just wanted to see if it's any better. Okay, select this and game manager. Make this like 0.2 again. Okay. It's definitely an improvement. It's too far forward though. Okay. It's kind of interesting that it's too far forward. I mean, you'd look at this, you wouldn't think it. Okay, let's just see what happens. And I really should stop the stream. Just having too much fun. Game management, so we select, it turns it to 1, we go 0.2 instead, because otherwise we can't see what the hell this thing's doing. It's very interesting. Okay, but the arrow is flying for now. It looks good. I think I'm gonna have to call it there. I have to restart my Unity. I have to get back to the other things that I do for a living, unfortunately. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me today and trying to figure this game out. So I think I made quite a bit of progress. It maybe not, it doesn't really feel like it, right? So the main thing I wanted to do was get the arrow to look kind of nice and everything, and that I only started doing in like last 15 minutes. But that's how it goes. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this VOD on YouTube. If that's what you're doing, I appreciate it. And I hope you are enjoying the content and enjoying the progress that I'm making. I will see you guys in the next